One of the interesting things about kind of why and how women constructed themselves to be seen as funny was to dull down their appearance a little bit, right? I mean, I want to play a clip in a second from Chelsea Handler, but in the early years, obviously Phyllis Diller made herself look very different to how she was, right? I mean, you had to almost as protection.
Absolutely. I mean, the conventional wisdom, I think it still is to a certain extent. It has changed a little bit in the last few years, thanks to people like Chelsea Handler, actually. The conventional wisdom was, pretty isn't funny. Beautiful is not funny. And I'm telling you, almost every comedian I spoke to, from every age, said that that was something they always thought of.
Well, let's play this a clip, because obviously, as you say, many of you profiled, talked about how their appearance shaped other people's perceptions of them as comedians. Let's play this clip of Chelsea Handler from the Makers film.
When I started doing stand-up, I was totally tomboy. I always had my hair up and no makeup, jeans. And I never wanted it to be about the way I looked, because people were like, oh, she's just getting spots because she's pretty. She's not funny. So you really dial it down. So I always was like, I want them to pay attention to what I'm saying, not the way I look. You didn't want your boobs showing off. Like girls who would get up there and wear short skirts, and I'm like, oh my God, I could never, ever do that. Then you get comfortable with yourself and you realize people are paying attention to what you're saying, and then you can kind of bang it out a little bit more.
I just can't imagine any male comedian really thinking about this. Is that something that a lot of the women that you interviewed sort of said, that it was very much a female consideration about, like, I have to be careful and mindful of my appearance?
Well, most of those male comedians don't look that great anyway.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, they really don't.
They're like in their pajamas and a baseball. I mean, look at Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And he got rich doing it, so it's fine. But with women, of course, appearance is always going to figure into everything. And, Joan Rivers would say, you want your husband to feel safe with a woman on stage. You don't want to lose the female part of the audience. Now, I think things have changed since then. And obviously, you've got people like Whitney Cummings and, Tina and Amy, and they're beautiful and they wear gorgeous dresses. So I do feel like that has been put to rest to a great extent, but only very, very recently. But yeah, I mean, look at the early pictures of most of our major comics, and they're really no makeup, a hoodie, and that's changed a lot.